afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and also NBs. Welcome back. Today's the second day of the Make-A-Wish Georgia Overwatch tournament. Today we have Full Sail versus KSU. Once again, a lot of high quality matches being seen today, and today will also be the only match. This will be only one match today since the second match has been cancelled. However, we are in for a time. I'm sure this match is going to turn out great. And before we get started, we would like to just thank all our donos and the people who have supported this stream. And if you haven't already, make sure to make a donation. We do have a couple of chat perks from ASMR casting to Uvu casting. So make sure to support the stream any way you can, whether it's $1, $10, do whatever it takes to support us, because in the end, it's for a great and charitable cause. We'd also like to shout out Skulls for sponsoring this event. If you want some high quality esports merch, please do check them out. And with that, we will be getting underway in a couple minutes.
Yeah, to restate, this is KSU versus Full Sail Armada. We're going to be jumping into the game. Winner of this game will be playing the Gamecocks tomorrow at 2:45, by the way.
That will be our first game tomorrow. And it seems we're going to Busan. One of the better control maps, in my opinion, and offering a lot of varied strategies all over the place. So I'm looking forward to seeing what both these teams bring out. You can definitely run a lot of different kinds of strategies from dive to rush. And it seems that the side of Full Sail are going to opt with this Sigma Reinhardt.
Yeah, we are opening on mecha base, so brawl comps are pretty good here, especially since we are playing on the new patch. So the Baptiste is nerfed, but the Reinhardt is buffed, and the D.Va is also buffed. So that's what we're playing on as well.
Absolutely, but it seems like the side of KSU are going to be going with this Monkey Reinhardt double main tank composition with the Lucio to just charge them in as soon as possible. And it looks like the first engage is going to start with KSU rushing in a bit faster. D-Stab trying to go into this backline, and already the first pick comes in from Dave the Great, getting the enemy main tank. Watts gets the perfect pick off onto Yakisoba. And just like that, the first team fight is over after a brilliant little rush from the side of KSU.
Yeah, KSU played that really well. They took that fight very decisively and just kind of rolled the targets successively. Really well played from them.
And it seems like first point control has now gone to the side of KSU, and looks like the side of Full Sail are trying to go underneath them. Velas is McCree, like up on the high ground. Zazu getting Wads already. A brilliant pick up, and there's the Shatter. Getting two on the floor. Locker taking out Yakisoba, whereas Dave the Great once again taking out the off tank off the side of Full Sail with Zazu. However, Flash with this wonderful little double pick off and getting a third as well, winning this team fight by the heroics.
The retake from Full Sail is pretty solid. They're going to be coming up on the Shatter, although KSU did use their Shatter in that fight. They're going to have the tire come out. Ult economy is looking good for Full Sail here.
Ult economy sure is looking good. However, the side of KSU are also going to be coming in with a couple of ultimates. There's the Nano moves, but Flash with the double kill with the High Noon. However, this fight is still looking for a lot of trades, whereas the Nano has gone to the Reinhardt. And unfortunately, to the dismay of Flash, the team fight has gone the way of KSU, thanks to a wonderful little Nano boost from the side of Kamsky.
What a back and forth. Full Sail did use the Nano and the Monkey ult, but I mean, generally pretty restrained, and that works really well in their favor. They're going to be coming up with the Bob, the Beat, and they're going to have the tire for this next fight. And all that Full Sail has is the Beat and the Blossom.
Absolutely, and there's the Bob, and what a wonderful little biotic grenade. However, Zahu does take out the Bob almost immediately, rendering that pretty useless. And there's the Beat, and there's the tire getting Yakisoba. KSU throwing out all their ultimates just to finish this team fight. Only left with the Shatter, whereas the side of Full Sail will be coming back in with the Death Blossom, with the Gravitic Flux. So they have a lot of ultimates to work with.
Yeah, and once KSU got the Yakisoba out, it was just fight was essentially done, guaranteed at that point.
Absolutely.
Up
And there's the
big.
Shatter getting two to the floor and was already getting spawned. However, Cloak with a clutch little Death Blossom. However, Dave the Great and D's-Type are just going into this backline and ruining the days of Full Sail. This tank line on the side of KSU are showing absolutely no mercy.
Yeah, I liked the attempt there from Cloak. He tried to pressure the backline so as to have the KSU's tanks kind of pay some attention and less attention to the Shatter, but it didn't work out.
It did indeed, and however, there's the Nano Boost onto the Monkey again, a Gravitic Flux just to delay that. However, D-Type just does get the main tank off Full Sail. However, Mythician gets Wood. And Dave the Great getting close again. See, this fight has been having a lot of different trades. However, Lucker does come back on this Tracer. Picking out Yakisoba, Flash once again getting the kill onto the Ana player. And oh my word, this fight is still going. It's been trades all over the place. Lucker taking out Zahazu. There's only two people on this point. Now here comes the spawn. However, this point has now gone the way of Full Sail. Finally.
Yeah, and I mean, even though Full Sail caps, it's 40 to 99. All the KSU has to do is win a fight, which they have a tire, they have a pulse, they almost have the Shatter and the beat. It's very, very doable for KSU.
Absolutely, and it seems they are opting to take this high ground. Cloak trying to enter this backline, Flash taking out Locker. Cloak getting away with his life on the line. Flash getting two, picking out Wavy as well.
Flash is going
Even
nuts.
though we did say that this fight may go the way of KSU, Flash just denied them that opportunity to come back in, allowing his team to build up, come closer to the ultimate advantage that KSU has. However, they will be coming in with 4 different ultimates.
KSU just has to win one fight here. Full Sail has to win every fight until 99. Although, I mean, this is last fight scenario at this point. Yeah, they're going to be using their ults. Hopefully trying to close this fight out in a decisive fashion.
They will indeed, and Flash unfortunately not getting that high noon off. Here's the beat, Lucker taking out Flash, however, it is a 5v6. And the people on the side of Full Sail are just scrambling all over the place. However, they do find a great pickoff onto the Monkey. But look at that again, it's so trading. People are just losing players on both sides, and it's just going all over the place. Flash just takes out Wads, and Lucker and Dave the Great is just battling out Zahazu. Flash takes out 2, however, and it's just these 2 players on the point. Here comes the spawns, however, and Mythician gets the better of Dave the Great. And look at that, it's 99 to 99. Even though we were saying that the ultimate advantage did belong to the side of KSU, the Full Sail has managed to stall this point out for as long as possible. And there's the point.
There we go.
A C9.
That was a very well played from Full Sail coming out there. Very odd conglomeration of heroes, but it ultimately works out. They kind of got like a spam going with their front line of brawl with the rest of their team. So Hammond and Sigma are just pressuring Dave the Great. Dave the Great doesn't know which way to shield, which way to look. And meanwhile, the rest of the team of Full Sail is just going in, taking it out, fighting the regular old frontline battle.
Absolutely, and also came down to a lot of crucial first picks from the DPS off the side of Full Sail, always taking off those support lines or one of the other DPSs, rendering the ability for the side of Full Sail of KSU to actually fight with full power. And it looks like they will be coming back with the Symmetra, maybe only used to teleport. However, no, they are going to be sticking with the Symmetra pick. No, they have switched back to the Reaper. However, on the side of KSU, they will be opting for this dive composition with the Ball, with the Diva, with the Lucio, with the Tracer. Looking to just find as much displacement as possible and to corner them. And Watts already getting the first pick out of Yakisoba. However, Flash with a brilliant little headshot onto Locker. However, Kempsky does get Flash back with a nice little kill onto them. And once again, this fight is going all over the place. However, this fight does seem to be turning in the side of KSU after getting their pickoffs onto their main tanks. However, here comes the spawns. They will be coming back into the fight. Dave the Great getting the better of Mythician. And the Sigma on this backline all alone with no one to support them and finally getting taken down. And this first team fight goes the way of KSU.
Yeah, and we saw, like, this is exactly what KSU's composition excels at. They just surround them. Wads and Wave coming from the back, take out the Erasa, and at that point, three of Full Sail's players are just completely surrounded and just it's done at that point. They don't really have anywhere to go, anywhere to run.
Absolutely. And it seems like this dive composition's working out really well for the side
Spawner
of
does
KSU
swap
as
over to
well.
the ball from the Orisa, by the way. So looking to like kind of mirror into like a more mobile spam comp versus the spam dive.
Absolutely. And there comes the minefield. However, Zahazu immediately reacting and removing it, but Dave the Great
my
picking
gosh.
out 3 in the backline. Locker finishing up
minefield.
this fight with 2. A wonderful little combo play from the DPS and tanks of KSU.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal minefield, and it just great follow-up from the rest of KSU, including the DPS, like you said.
Absolutely. That initial displacement into just making this fight so chaotic. And there comes the bomb with no shield, and it gets nobody.
Matrix forced it
Wonderful
out.
ammo field placed down, but the pulse bomb does come out and gets Yakisoba. And now they don't have any heals with this Tracer in the backline, just harassing them, but it gets taken down.
It forced
Maybe
out
being a
so many
bit too
cooldowns.
aggressive. And here comes the nano boost onto the Wiser, but the shield, however, do protect them. And oh, here they go. Cloak does come out with the death loss and getting the better of Wads. However, this team fight, this point is still ticking. Nobody even reaching point thanks to the amount of damage they were just holding them at choke. And here comes another minefield, not even allowing them to pull back. They just have to fight on this point, otherwise they are screwed. Locker getting this double kill, providing almost zero heals for them, and even damage. Locker again on this backline, just flanking the players of Full Sail and ruining their night for good.
Wow, and really well played spam dive coming out from KSU there. Dave the Great did a great job forcing out the cooldowns, like constantly harassing the backline. I mean, it's the pain of a main tank, really, in current year. It is your job to be CC'd. Constantly forcing out immortality field, flashbang, pull, rock, all that. And then the rest of KSU can follow up because, I mean, they used, Full Sail used all their cooldowns. So really well played in that part.
Absolutely. And it also came down to Locker as well, just taking these insane flank crowds to make sure
True.
the heals on the side of Full Sail are just rendered useless. Always having to deal with this constant annoyance in the backline. So the side of Full Sail do have to rally around their supports a bit more in supporting them and peeling for them. And
Yep,
here
Dave
comes
and
out the
Locker doing a great job
composition
of that.
once again. Here comes out the composition once again with D's type on this Sigma pick with the ball. This is what's usually played in comp these days. So this does make it the meta in a way. Wads, however, gets his first pick off onto Flash. A great little start. And Locker once again on this backline, just harassing them, not allowing them to move. While Wads just is in this front line, just pushing with his tanks and supports, clearing out the entirety of Full Sail.
Yeah, Full Sail opts for a brawl comp, trying to, like, I suppose, be so sturdy that they can't get dived, but they just get split up there, and Full Sail just capitalizes on it pretty brilliantly. They're going to swap, someone's going to swap over the Orisa now, so they're just running spam. They do have a lot of CC, so if they can land these CCs properly, chain CC the ball and stuff, they can get some easy kills and probably take this point.
Absolutely, it comes down to how they use these CCs, and Dave the Great once again taking out the Brigitte. And oh my word, once again they start off this first team fight with 5v6, and here comes another pile driver. However, Flash just gets the barrel of Wads, and a wonderful little minefield placed in the middle of them, not even allowing them to move all that much. Zazu cornered in this little archway leading up to the stairs, and that once again clears out the team fight for the side of KSU.
Oh, but a pick comes out on the Wave, so if they capitalize, they're gonna get a slight spawn advantage. I mean, it's not gonna be incredible because Full Sail will still respawning, but
absolutely. And it seems Cloak does come back in on the Sombra, maybe to deal with Dave the Great. And Flash getting his first pick off on the Locker and gets double with the high noon. And this could be the team fight. Full Sail have won it. It's only D's type and Wei on this point. They have to start running. However, Dave the Great does come back on this ball immediately, but gets burned down. by Yakisoba. However, this point is still ticking, and now only it finally switches over 78-2.
Man, that is unlucky. Gravitic Flux comes out onto Full Sail, and Flash is charging the High Noon. And, I mean, yeah, he gets 2 kills off of that, but Full Sail did a great job following up, keeping that momentum going after that.
Absolutely. And it looks like Dave the Great once again on this backline, being a bit too aggressive. If these CCs connect onto him, he's about dead. And here comes the Tracer on point just to start that tick down. And here comes the Nano Wiser once again, looking for these pickups. Lucker gets the better of Zahazu, however, Flash with this brilliant little headshot onto Weiwei. Here comes the ammo field, and that's going to be on cooldown for a while now. Even the bongos came out, but to no avail. Mythician, however, getting the better of Dave the Great. Mythician finding 2. And another great hold for the side of Full Sail.
Yeah, and that's going to make a big difference there because KSU, yeah, they had the early point control, and if they could have very easily won that fight with all the ults they had, but now that they've withstood that, it's going to be a lot easier for Full Sail to hold on to this here, since they got ults charged and everything.
Absolutely, and look at what they have. They have the EMP, they have the Gravitic Flux, and they are building up to so much more. And there comes the Minefield, but look at that, Dave the Great once again getting stunned over and over again, needing to run away, and here comes the EMP almost immediately. Only getting these type, however, not finding a lot. And however, Flash has built up to this High Noon. Now it just comes down to when they want to use this. Dave the Great, however, takes him out of the fight. These type going extremely low. Dave the Great, however, just find Mythician. So once again, Dave, this main tank is just doing so much work for the side of KSU, clutching out this fight over and over again, always finding the pickups. And that team fight should not have gone the way of KSU. However, thanks to the heroics of Dave the Great, they do find that win.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of ults expended on both sides there, but Flash does the High Noon. They got the Rally coming in, so they'll be able to engage with the Rally at least. Cloak's probably going to swap to the Tracer and just see if they can touch. Although Lucker's looking for that.
Absolutely, and look at this, the Matrix out, and oh my word! Once again! So unfortunate for the side of Full Sail to again lose Flash almost immediately. And the kills now start coming out for the side of KSU after Watts does unleash the Wiser onto them, and that's GG. The first map goes the way of KSU after a brilliantly executed dive onto the enemy Full Sail.
Yeah, I really liked the composition there. Dave the Great and Lucker really synced up with the Wrecking Ball and Tracer. Great job disrupting and placing and distracting the enemy backline. A really good play from the side of KSU. But, you know, Full Sail, their composition could be very good in the upcoming maps because, I mean, the spam dive, it's pretty favored on Koth, but going into like an escort map, the double shield could be very good for them. They could totally take this one back.
Absolutely. This was still a very two-sided coin, both teams giving it their all, making this match very flip-floppy. However, it is control. Once it comes to escort, we will know who the dominant one is in this map.
So it will be Full Sail's map pick here, I believe.
It will indeed.
Escort, I think, if I remember correctly.
It will be an escort map, you're right.
Okay. So if they want to play into their double shield, what do you think? I'm thinking maybe Havana if they want to play into their double shield composition, which they seem to like, at least.
Absolutely. Havana is the perfect pick, but however, we can run a rush comp on Havana as well, which could work out extremely well for the side of KSU if they do try and go with something like that. But you're absolutely right when you say that Havana is preferred for a double shield comp, allowing for so much poke damage thanks to these narrow pathways and just giving so much space for these DPSs to just come out and like show what they're made of. Because if the DPS don't shine on Havana, it's pretty much a lost game for any double shield composition.
Yeah.
And it seems like the teams. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but it's Havana. They did pick Havana.
It is Havana.
Paris coming out from Lucker in chat. That's I mean, if you want Paris, you can donate. I believe we still have that perk going.
We do have
750. If you raise 750 during this match, we can force the next map to be Paris.
I think
if you want to grant Lucker's dreams. then
I think it is. I think it is a single donation of $750, which is what gives you the choice to send them to Paris. Unfortunately, however, we did get, we did get Horizon Lunar Colony yesterday. So Paris may not be out of the question when it comes to who gets to pick the 2CP map.
yeah. It is 750 raised during a single match. So if y'all all want to put together your greatest chat effort and unite for the cause of making them play Paris, then you could do that. Just a reminder, we also have the initiative perks. So 75 individual for ASMR voice. We got a new Woo voice. So if you want to make us, just laugh away our casting quality, then go ahead and donate.
Absolutely. Or you could just make us suffer and donate $250 to make us a Woo cast. You could do that as well. And if you want
Mhm.
an example of how that sounds, you could check out the finals from last week, where we were forced to do that. It was unfortunate that we were forced to do that. But coming back to the game, just to point out a couple players on both teams who are just influencing how this match is played. We do have to talk about Lucker and Dave the Great just being this absolute menace for the side of KSU, not allowing the side of Full Sail to even do anything unless they have been dealt with first. So that should be Full Sail's strategy coming into this match. It's just how to deal with Dave the Great and Lucker. However, we are seeing some great plays coming out from the side of Full Sail from Zahazu and from people like Yakisoba and their main tanks, Splana.
Yeah, I think that especially on downtown last map, that Full Sail had the right idea with what they were playing. They just need to probably tighten up a little, keep an eye out, better eye out for Dave the Great and Lucker, and they'll be in a good position to succeed, I think.
Absolutely. And this composition coming out from the side of KSU with this Hog Zarya double
They're in
flank
spawn. We can't
dive.
guarantee this is what they're playing yet.
This
They could swap right off.
I want it to be this. A part of me wants it to be this, and I think they're gonna go for it. The Zarya
No,
has
they don't
switched to
hog
a
it
ball,
well.
and it's just gonna be a proper dive from the two DPS and Dave the Great. They're gonna be having a lot of nice combos together, and already Dave the Great on the backline,
Creating
going
so much
upstairs,
space.
ready to push them out. Oh, and they are not expecting it off. They go.
Just his presence. He goes behind them, and Spawner just holds Esky because he doesn't know where Dave the Great could come from.
My man
Takes
holds
the
W
window.
and makes sure that they did not have a good day. However, Yakisoba does have that res available for Cloak, rendering her without it for a couple of seconds, a good number of seconds in fact. However, Cloak does get a nice pickup onto Watts, and already fighting a 5v6 battle. However, look at this card, already pushed past the first choke point, which
And
I'm
this-
sure KSU would be happy about. But Cloak, however, dealing the damage to KSU, picking out both their supports. This should be the end of the fight. However, the side of KSU are still trying to push on. Even
Yeah,
no
there
matter
is a
how much
huge
Cloak tries to
spawn
render
event for
their
KSU.
absolutely, no matter how much KSU tries, Full Sail tries to render KSU's attempts useless, they still keep pushing this card. And Flash has now come back on this Widowmaker. And the Dragons do catch Kamsky from out of nowhere. One good job on Cloak, however, building up that Dragons extremely quickly, but Dave the Great now has those mines. They have to be wary now as to how that is going to be played. And what also, this Nano Blade might be coming out next.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
who
we
do you
might be
Nano
seeing.
Blade, See, the thing with what KSU's, oh no, wait, what am I, yeah, with how Full Sail is playing, they're playing so spread out. It could be hard to train up those kills. I say as they're grouping up, they could come out right here.
Absolutely, and again, a wonderful little minefield from the side of Dave the Great, splitting out this team. And look at that, even though KSU is losing so many players, they're still pushing this cart, almost reaching point A. And that's quite something. Now it's just these two main tanks and Wei on this point, and here come the spawns. And look at that, this fight should have been lost. But KSU pulling their weight through thanks to the heroics of these main tanks.
Yeah, and this is like the way that KSU is playing this is exactly like what no team wants to face, and it's just being completely surrounded from every direction. Dave the Great and Lucker constantly in Full Sail's backline and splitting the focus, and it's terrifying.
It is terrifying, and I am in fact I'm scared. I'm scared of Dave the Great. Something about him just frightens me. And Flash already with a brilliant little pickoff onto Lucker, and Dave the Great trying to get on this high ground and already going after Flash, but gets away, almost getting the better of Flash, but escapes his life, getting really low. But Zahazu picking him out thanks to the number of CCs coming out onto him.
Now, if that doesn't summarize main tank play in 2020, I don't know what does. All the CCs coming out on the Dave the Great, but he's gonna get back in no time. So
he is indeed. And look at that, the Nano Blade still available for them, and there they go! Off they go! And then he already gets two. What's going for a third? But doesn't get it. He does get the pickup, but doesn't find it with the blade. Now it's just Flash and Yakisoba on this backline. They will be hunted. But Watts chooses to not chase them. Oh wait, no, he is chasing in the end. But does get away. Now they both will start trying to pressure the side of Full Sail, and they will be opting to give up point B.
Yeah, like I said, Dave the Great, he walks in, he gets hit with the CCs, and Watts says, "There's no more CCs for my Nano Blade," and he just Nano Blades. He kills. He just destroys them.
Does indeed. And there's a wonderful little Dravidic Flux, and there's the minefield. Getting the better of Spawnla, and Lucker with a brilliant little pulse bomb onto Cloak. Yakisoba does get the res, however, on Spawnla, but Dave the Great falls to his doom. Very, very unfortunate for him. However, this team fight does go the way of KSU.
Yeah, I mean, on this map, it's going to be a little easier for them to spot out Dave the Great on flanks at least. So, on this section of the map, sorry. So it could be a little better for Full Sail if they want to mount their 3-minute hold here. Then I think this is probably the best phase of the second best phase of the map after the first.
Absolutely, and there he goes again, but just misses his pile driver. Running back immediately. Dave the Great almost pushing them off high ground. And if they did go back, if they did go down, things may have looked very, very bad for them. And once again, Dave the Great trying to go back on this high ground, he gets melted! Absolutely melted by the side of Full Sail. Flash does get that wonderful little headshot onto Lucker, however. Once again, stopping this push from the side of Full Sail.
Lucker says stop in chat. He's just fed up with this hold. But the Window's going to get a lot of value here.
It is indeed, and another Nano Blade has been built up, so that option is on the ready. Our Cloak does have this High Noon built up, and Mythician is also going to go with this. Oh,
that was really well
there's
played.
the High Noon taken out once, but Kapsky with the double kill with the Bionic Grenade. It's only the tanks left on point. They have to stall as much as possible. Dave the Great, however, in this backline, putting out the minefields. This card just might be pushed if no one comes to touch.
And that's a 1-minute 47 time bank for KSU.
It is, and that's round one going to the side of KSU. After a brilliant little lost push by them, surrounding them as usual. Dave the Great going on that high ground, pushing them off, and that's the thing they should have dreaded. Once he gets on this high ground and pushes them off, the side of KSU just immediately surrounds them and makes sure they did not escape their clutches.
Yeah, and I have to say, I really like the compositional choices on the side of Full Sail Armada. But on the other hand, KSU, their coordination and their teamwork is just phenomenal. The way that Dave the Great forces out a lot of resources from Full Sail and opens it up for Kamsky and Wads to just go buck wild with the Nano Blade is just chef's kiss.
Oh, absolutely. Full Sail needs to make sure they aren't expending all their resources into this ball player, because even if they do get this pick off onto him, they have to be worried about this Nano Blade coming in, about this Gravitic Flux coming in, and about all this extra damage from Lucker coming in.
Yeah, like at
So
that
no
point,
matter,
you gotta use the CDs. You gotta kill him, and then hope that you can figure out what to do with the rest of the Nano Blade. You gotta at least get a kill if you use all the CDs, all of the cooldowns.
absolutely, absolutely. And looks like Watts is now going to go on this Pharah pick. He will be battling this Widowmaker, so he has to make sure. And there it is! That's
Oh, I really
exactly the
like
point
this.
I was trying to make. Flash immediately with the headshot onto Watts. He must be wary of this pick. Who knows if he's going to continue staying on this Pharah, and it seems that he is. Cloak now in this backline on this Genji gets slept.
Enormous anti.
And it looks like this first team fight is going the way of Full Sail, even though the initial picks have been going in the side of KSU. It just does not go their way in the end. Flash with the ending the team fight with a brilliant little headshot onto Kamsky.
Yeah, and I did really like that little strategy, trying to hold the spawn doors and just bleed the time, because we see by the time that KSU dies and gets back, it's just still rounding the first corner.
They will indeed, and oh, it looks like they will be going with this Orisa ball composition, just to maybe set up these pile drivers with the halt. And Watts now choosing to come back on this Echo, and oh my word, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Echo,
So much space blocked by Dave.
so much space indeed, and there's the bomb, getting the better of Watts. A brilliant little bomb, however. This team fight is still going the way of KSU, maybe only delaying Watts just a little bit, because he will be back in no time. Well, I guess he's back immediately thanks to Weiwei with his res. And there's the minefield, splitting the team up into half, but once again, Watts using this ultimate to come back in and maybe stall out this point more as the Diva, and there's the bomb. Will it find anyone? No, it does not. And now, once again, the side of Full Sail just backing off a bit, making sure they do regroup and come back.
Oh no, it's Mosey that got caught out, and that's instant 5v6 on the side of Full Sail. Zazu gets demeched. They really just gotta reset here.
They really do. It's only Cloak now left in this backline.
But
And
Nanoblade's gonna be
yeah.
online for Full Sail, so they could make a big difference with this. Especially since Kamsky is sitting very separated from their team. If they could just pressure Kamsky so that they don't get free value, and that could make an enormous difference in taking this first phase of the map.
Sorry about that. I just got disconnected from. And we are back. Kamsky pick up on these both the supports down, and it looks like they have gone back and started the spawn camp once again. What did I miss in the span of 3 seconds?
KSU just doing KSU things, I guess. They're very clearly, Dave the Great is very clearly comfortable on this ball. And
However,
it's wild.
that's true. However, Flash hitting these key headshots, taking out a couple of players on the side of KSU, going into this fight with a 6v4, and here comes Dave the Great with a pile driver onto them, and the Nano Boost applied to the Lucio.
I don't know if that was a fat finger or if it was meant for somebody else, but that gets rid of your Nano Blade combo.
Someone with the Genji.
That's rough.
The minefield comes out, and Cloak finding no one with the blade, whereas Dave the Great with his minefield getting both the supports of Full Sail. And this timer is slowly ticking down. We're down to the last 10 seconds. Someone has to touch the point immediately. And oh, it looks like Spawnla just come back on this ball and touches immediately. But what a wonderful little biotic grenade from Kamsky. And now it's only Cloak left on point. They have to pick up these two, otherwise this point is gone. The side of Full Sail have to start winning these key ultimate fights, otherwise they do lose this point. It's only now down to these stall heroes, and that should be the match.
Dang. So, on Full Sail's map pick, KSU takes the win, and now we're now at match point, 2-0 in favor of KSU. So after seeing that map, what do you think Full Sail needs to do to turn this around?
I feel like their composition itself is really good.
I
with
would
the
agree.
number of CCs they had, with the number of stuns they had for Dave the Great. However, even if they did get Dave the Great, they had an entire army of players to deal with who would just attack them from different angles, and that's the power of this like brawly dive comp which KSU is going with. So if they really want to deal with them, they have to split their resources in such a way that actually deals with all of them and maybe coordinate a bit more into just supporting each other and peeling for their backline.
Yeah, I'd say like you have to make a decision if you're full Sail Armada. Your backline is getting assaulted, but on the other hand, the enemy's backline is completely free. So you have to make a decision, and you all have to follow through with that decision. Camp C is getting free value, so if I'll say, well, we're all going to get the enemy Ana, then the Ana could just get instant free Ana kill. So I think just a little bit more like coordination on the side of Full Sail could really turn this around.
Absolutely. Full Sail is, however, showing glimpses of brilliance from a couple of the players, people like Mythican and Cloak showing up from time to time. Even Flash with some key pickoffs, always getting those first headshots.
Created a lot of threat on the Widowmaker, especially in the second phase. We just Flash locked Widow, and you saw KSU. They all kind of they had to avoid those side lanes. Their movement was restricted.
Absolutely, and they still played around that Widowmaker so well, even though they kept getting picked off a couple of times, always going sometimes into these fights with a 4v6 disadvantage or a 5v6 disadvantage. They still made it work thanks to, once again, the amount of angles they just attack the side of Full Sail from. They just don't fear anything. They keep up the aggression no matter what, making sure Full Sail just has to deal with just so much damage coming at them from all sides, even though they are up players.
Yep, that's true. KSU is doing a great job of playing their ball composition, just constantly exerting pressure from every possible direction. And it does look like we're going to be moving on to King's Row for our hybrid map. King's Row opens itself up to a lot of possible compositions. That's why a lot of people it generally seems to be considered the community's favorite map in the game, because there's just so much variety of compositions that you could play.
Absolutely, and not even that, the variety of the different types of sections is just so much fun to play around, because the first section of King's Road does have a lot of high ground. However, you can go with this rush composition. You can use the Symmetra to teleport and just brawl with the people on top. And then going into section B, point B, there's again a lot of narrow areas and high ground, allowing for a much more varied dive comp. And finally, on point C, even though there is only a few high ground areas, there's still a lot of areas to just boop people off. Again, once allowing for this rush/brawl composition. So the number of composition and the amount of just different speeds of the game you can just play it at on King's Row is just brilliant. However, this is a very well-known Rhine Zarya map, so I wouldn't be surprised if that is the composition coming out from any side. However, KSU might just stick with this ball because, hey, if it works, why change it?
Yeah, exactly. And the ball comp is really good here. There's a lot of high ground. There's a lot of very easily accessible flank routes and angles that KSU could take if they wanted to go with their ball comp.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it seems that Dave the Great is choosing to go with Reinhardt for the start, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they are in spawn, so things could always change, but it does seem like they may be opting for as some people may say, an honest composition.
Mm-hmm. And it seems that Wads is now going to be the one on this off-tank position to with Des type going on this damage roll, playing the Mei. So again, a lot of just brawl sort of compositions to slow down the team.
Yeah, another thing here.
Yeah, and Cloak is now gonna get a lot of free airtime, unless this Hanzo has to deal with it. Already, Dave the Great going so low, and Flash taking out Wave. once again opening up the fight for his team. However, no one capitalizing. A brilliant little ice wall trapping the side of trapping Zahazu from Full Sail. However, again, not capitalized at all by KSU. It seems that they're just waiting for this point to for their plays to come back so that they can re-engage this point. And there's the ammo field gone. And oh, Dave, what is going on? Dave's Grid already with a nano boost
Big
and shatter on
shatter.
ground and already picking off 3. What is going on?
Oh my gosh.
It's been 30 seconds to a minute, and both these players have just built up their ultimates almost immediately.
Yeah, and that's the thing, especially with the slight damage buff on Reinhardt is going to charge his ult just that much faster, which was already an ult that you could charge once every fight. I was going to say earlier that, like, Zarya, typically your hitscan player would play Zarya and Goat, so maybe that's, like, what they're going for. But the problem is that if you want to swap off of Zarya, not necessarily that expertise on the other off-tank heroes.
Well, we should not be too early to judge Watts. He might just be some god carry on this.
Exactly.
And there's the Grab
Dragon
Dragon
comes out.
picking out 4!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my word, oh my word. That's the power. That's the power of combining these ultimates. Winning this team fight almost immediately. And look at that, Death Type and Dave the Great already coming up on their ultimates as well.
And KSU is doing a great job of rotating their ults. Yeah, so we see the Shatter is already back. And full Sail Armada, they haven't even gotten a chance to use their ultimates. They're just getting run over by the sheer aggression of KSU.
Absolutely. However,
Dave's looking for a flank Shatter.
Oh, and he gets it!
Lands
He
on the
gets it to 1, however. And now he's just off his backline with nothing there.
The beat
There's
comes
the
out.
Blizzard just stalling the point a little bit. Wants to get the better of Zahazu. And Lucker onto Yakisoba. And there in that little trap is Spawnla just getting picked off. However, Flash just get the better of Lucker. But Watts getting the better of Flash. Watts keep picking up 2. Now it's only Cloak remaining. At this point has been pushed to B.
KSU's
5 minutes
pace
and 20 seconds.
Is absurd. They are playing at like they fast forwarded the YouTube video to 2 times speed. They're just playing so quickly that Full Sail, they don't even get a chance to think.
Absolutely, it's like they're playing quick play. However, Flash does come back on this Widowmaker, getting an immediate headshot onto Lucker, getting 2 headshots.
Flash.
However, stabilizing his team's momentum and allowing them to breathe just a little bit.
Yeah, the DPS finally they make a stand and they open a possibility to stabilize for Full Sail, which is really what they needed.
It is indeed, and look at that. The Gravitic Flux is coming out, and the window can come out as well. However, they choose not to do it, and, well, this Gravitic Flux getting nobody in the process, and this window's out as well. And it looks like KSU has opted to just wait it out, allowing this window to just disappear where the flanks are coming in. And oh, wonderful little wall! Breaking them out. However, a great block from Spawnla.
Zazu eats the grab!
No, 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 you did not want to see that if you were Watts.
Oh.
How unfortunate! And a great little shatter, however, from Spawnla, but still the team fight not even going their way.
There's a chance for Full Sail to hold here, maybe. Oh no. It's just... Jeez Louise. That was blistering pace.
Blistering indeed. How unfortunate for the side of Full Sail, even after eating that grab, everything going their way, they still get rushed from the side of KSU, not even stopping their aggression, even though they're throwing ultimates at them. So Full Sail is just one thing after another for them to deal with.
Yeah, Full Sail is going to have to either find a way to slow down the pace of this game or play even faster, because KSU is their comfortable speed is just insane. They're just playing so much faster, and it's catching Full Sail off guard. So they need to slow this down or find a way to play faster. And I think slowing it down is probably going to be easier.
Absolutely, and it now just comes down to how these they want to slow down this fight, and it looks like they will be slowing it down with a main pick.
The May and
The
the
Mei
Sigma can
Sigma,
contribute to that.
the Mei Sigma, Reinhardt, and also the McCree, just to get those CCs in. So they
Yeah.
do want to slow down this fight. It looks like that is the same idea as we had.
Yeah,
And
so I
look at that.
suppose with the double sniper that they were running previously, the front line was not generating as much threat as, say, like Dave the Great could just walk at Speluna because, they didn't have a McCree that could right-click him or a May that could freeze him. That kind of thing.
So
So I
this
think
is
it's
just
slow
to
down.
stop that aggression coming out from the side of KSU. Just to make sure they can breathe a little bit and actually start thinking about what their strategy is going to be. And they're going to start engaging. Oh, Dave the Great almost caught out. A good try from Cloak to take him out. And Flash gets the better of Locker with a headshot again. Always getting these first pickoffs. Always trying to get his team up. And a great wall, trying splitting off Kamsky with the rest of the team, however.
Why is this
No one
going on a flank
capitalizing
though?
on
An
those three
enormous
players. And Watts gets the better of Flash. The biggest problem on the side of Full Sail is that they're not capitalizing on these initial pickoffs. Yakisoba getting the better of Watts, and this should be the time they start going after them. Yakisoba getting two, and now they finally start pushing towards point. They've trapped out Spawn alone. A great wall from Locker. And look at that! The shatter comes out from Dave the Great, but it just gets blocked by the wall. Flash gets taken down by Locker after taking out Kamsky. Cloak, however, is getting the better of Dave the Great. A lot of trades going back and forth. And now this point is starting to tick. Absolutely. And this point is now starting to tick. However, they should be capitalizing a lot more.
Locker's in the back line on May.
And it looks like KSU will be giving up this point. Locker does get the better of Flash, but it seems like they would be recontesting. It seems like they will be allowing this point to just tick over. 4 minutes and 47. A great pace for Full Sail.
Yeah, great compositional changes coming out from Full Sail.
Absolutely, really, and they are playing this composition extremely well as well. Making sure they are placing their walls perfectly from Cloak. And look at that, he already has the Blizzard up, but Locker also coming up on this Blizzard, so... And the grab also ready by Watts, so a lot of key ultimates coming in for both sides.
Yeah, they're gonna have to wait for the Doomfist. If they really want a hard combo with this, like a fight winning, they could just do a lot of damage though.
Oh! The High Dude comes out and the Blizzard's traded! What? It's just... I passed the shatter! Just one after another! Ultimates expended from both sides. However, the team fight going the way of KSU.
No, that's what I like to call a goats fight, because they press the big shiny button. There's a lot of ults used from both sides. But
they said,
ultimately,
let's press go.
Full Sail comes out ahead in the ult economy game.
You're absolutely right. And Cloak already starting off the fight by taking out Death type. Even though Spawnler taking a little snooze in the backline, does come back immediately, and there's the Gravitic Flux. Is there anyone follow up with it? No.
Watts almost has another grab though.
But there it is, the team fight. They're just now. This is the aggression we wanted to see. The grab does come out.
The aggression with the grab.
No one can capitalize on this grab. It's just been blocked out, and this is the aggression.
Fully charged Zarya.
On the side of Full Sail. This High Noon getting the better of Weiwei at Watts. Flash always providing the kills when his team needs it.
Yeah, Flash clearly making very clutch plays here. Dress type is on the high ground, seeing if he could just get some spam damage in.
Absolutely, and oh, another great wall! Taken out Mythican, and oh my god, Spawnla! So low! The Shatter comes out, but Dave the Great doesn't find anybody, and here they go, start rushing the Shatter! That Shatter was huge, but I can't not capitalize, only finding Dave the Great! Here comes the High Noon again, Flash! With this triple kill, always the squad kill! This man always finding these pickups!
This guy is nuts. He used it at the beginning of the fight. The fight went on a little longer than your normal fight, but he got another High Noon.
He did, and it seems that Full Sail have to be feeding him a bit more. Because
Full
this man
Sail
is just carrying them.
is once again ahead in the ultimate economy game. They're gonna have their beat their Blizzard. Yep, here comes out the Gravitic Flux. Oh no, but it lifts
Oh,
up
and
the
here's the
McCree.
Blizzard! But Death Type with the high noon onto Zahazu. It looks like Death Type has had enough and is now going to try and prove who the better McCree player is after getting a nice little two-piece onto the tanks. And this first team fight on point C goes the way of KSU.
But again, Full Sail Armada is just doing a much better job maintaining their ult economy. As long as they use their ult effectively, they're eventually going to get it through. Kamsky is setting up for a cheeky nade, though.
Hiding in this corner. And oh, that's the wonderful
nade.
A brilliant little setup of KSU.
Enormous.
There's the grab it. Oh my word, they just collapse onto them. Even though the Blizzard does come out, it is too late for Full Sail. Brilliant setups from KSU.
Yeah, Kamsky going for the cheeky nade spots. And although it seemed that they could have probably won the fight without the nades, it doesn't hurt. Kamsky's doing it again.
That's Kamsky's on this backline, waiting for them.
Flank
Maybe, there's the nade, and there's the nade! That's the collapse! Flash does get the pick up on Desta before he gets the kill onto Yakisoba. And look at that, trades coming in for both teams. Kamsky getting extremely low, but gets away with his life, getting the melee kill on Zahazu. What is happening with this Ana player?
And support fires up. I mean, we saw Kamsky is just going on the flank, sleep Sigma, and then he and Wave just clean up the Sigmas and sleeping on the ground. Kamsky's up, but Mythicane has got his number.
Absolutely, and now Death Type opening up this fight for his team with the pick up on the cloak. There's the high noon. Doesn't get anybody though. Flash trying to walk towards them, but gets no one. There's the shatter, taking Spawner to the floor. Flash over gets the headshot, and that's a triple kill with the high noon from Death Type. And Full Sail's time bank slowly taken down. They have only 1 minute left.
Yeah, and KSU is just they're devoting so many ults in this fight, but it doesn't matter because they're charging them so quickly. It's just absurd.
It is indeed, and Kamsky once again on this backline waiting for this cheeky little nade. There's the grab, however, blocked by the wall. And the freeze is coming in, and once again the Blizzard killing off Zahazu. A great little collapse onto the side of Full Sail from this KSU team. Their coordination is impeccable, even for this last fight.
Flash is gonna get staggered here, that sucks. And now there's just 30 seconds. They still have to wait for their respawns, though.
They do.
I mean,
Full Sail, hello.
At this point, yeah, you have 5 ults. I don't. You may just have to use all of them just to try and maintain this, keep this match going.
Absolutely, and oh, blocker going extremely low. There's the bionic grenade onto Spawnla, however, and there's the Blizzard getting away. Death Type unfortunately going to be losing his life over there, but Watts does gets the better of Cloak. There's the Shatter onto Mythicane, and Locker on this backline is spamming damage onto them. The beat drop does come out because they have to, otherwise they'll lose this match. It's in overtime right now. Dave the Great with a brilliant little charge onto them. And also the Shatter on this Onla. Oh no, it's just Zahazu and the Lucio players trying to stall this point out as much as possible. Cloak does come back in, however, trying to stall this point as well, being the last player on this point. And there's the overtime, and there's the match.
Oh, man.
GG.
GG. I mean, although it was a 3-0, I would say it was closer than I would suggest. Especially on that final map there. Pretty even fight up until that third phase. I think that Full Sail Armada can definitely be proud, especially of that map.
Absolutely. We will be looking forward to them in the losers bracket to see how they compete over there. I'm sure they will have a brilliant little run going through that bracket. They will be a force to be reckoned with, even though they lost 3-0 here. No team should be underestimating them.
Yeah, and truly there is a lot to learn from this match. So if they just, review the game type, go into your losers bracket with a better idea of what you can do, and you can totally make a run for Full Sail.
Absolutely. And once again, we would like to thank everyone for joining the stream. this is once again the only match for the day, so do join us tomorrow, where we will be having a wonderful number of teams compete against each other. We would also like to thank our sponsors, Make a Wish Georgia, for continuing to do some awesome work for kids all around Georgia in supporting them and making their wishes come true. So be sure to support them in any way you can, whether it's donating to the stream, watching the stream, or even sharing the stream with your friends. Make sure to keep a lookout tomorrow for tomorrow's games. I'm sure they'll be just as exciting as the ones today. And we'd like to end by also thanking Skulls. If you'd like some great high quality esports merch, do check them out as well. And with that, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us today.
Yeah, can confirm on the Skulls gear. Got a backpack from the last tournament. It's really nice. So yeah,
Wonderful.
thank you, Skulls.
Thank you, Skulls. And with that, we will see you all tomorrow.
On March 28th of 2017, that call came in. When she called, she said, "Are you near Ethan?" And I said, "Yes, I am. And she said, "Do you mind leaving and going somewhere else?" So I went outside on the deck, and instantly, as soon as she said, "Kelly, the biopsy came back. Ethan has cancer." At that point, they told us it would be a 3.5-year journey, fight for his life.
The hardest part of treatment was probably all of the side effects I had to go through. I got like nausea, I lost my feelings in my hands and feet, I gained a lot of weight. Protocol has been in my mind. I wanted to make it like forever. And then when Make-A-Wish came, I finally got that chance to make Protocol.
The next phase of your wish coming true, Ethan, is that in the last weekend of January, there's this cool festival called the Game Jam, right? And have you ever seen this Shark Tank? It kind of sounded like that. So these teams are going to compete to prototype a starter version of your game, and then they're going to pitch it to you. So you get to kind of pick which one you like.
So then you get led by a friend, go to a zone to unlock one of your abilities, which that represents that in your cancer journey, you cannot ever fight alone. You need help with your friends and family, and nurses and oncologists to help you out. Down the hatch.
The game is called Protocol, and it has been an absolute joy to work on it for you. We're at a point that we can deliver it to you and that you can play it tonight. We've taken Ethan's art and turned it into a three-dimensional third-person parkour game. The whole underlying premise of the game has to do with getting support from people around you and drawing power from those that are there to help you.
And I was able to build on that thought when I was able to get that wish granted. And so it was amazing.
Thank you, Make-A-Wish Georgia. Because of you and because of your hearts and your mission, you have made Ethan's dream come true. You have given him joy as he waited for this wish to come true, and you have allowed him the opportunity to share his vision and his gift with so many more kids. And we could not have done it, and he could not have done it without you.
It is Wish Day finally for NBA 2K and Make-A-Wish. We're here at the motion capture facility in Petaluma. William Floyd's wish is going to come true today. We're so excited to have him. Our entire staff is being geeked out. We're going to put him in the mocap suit and we're going to put him into the game. We can't wait to get started. The first step is hitting the NBA player treatment. He's getting scanned in the pixel gun rig. It's part of the process of getting in the game.
We went in there and I looked at the different cameras and I did different poses, different smiles, faces, took a picture with Ronnie and family pictures.
William's getting all suited up and ready to go into the mocap studio.
He's going to come in, get his moves, and get his shot captured in the game, and get his thoughts on gameplay as well. And we're going to have a lot of fun, and hope he really enjoys his time here.
Yo, like a track star, starting like I'm that hard. I ain't that hard, looking backwards. Fucking on you donuts, I don't laugh hard. I ain't the dog. You can find out on the court or in the backyard. I am the jack of water. I am out on the car, you on the same. Way out of my caliber, I am an all-star. You all on handlebars. I'm out here trapping, Admiral Akbar. I'm out here lapping, they thinking I'm NASCAR. I'm out here rapping, I'm eating them seems like a rap. I'm sick with it like that, and you just answer. No question, cause I am the answer. I'm taking the lead into a new chapter. You feel that hate? That's the fight. You feel that hate? That's the I feel that hate. That's your team.
The whole day was incredible.
When we sat down in a meeting and William got to express like all of his ideas for the next 2K.
I'm glad that I was able to share ideas for what I think should be improved, but for what other people too think as well.
He really got to learn a lot and share like what his opinion is, and we like learned everything about 2K. Like William got to create his own player.
To watch the look on William's face throughout the day-to-day, just to see the awe and the wonder and the happiness in his face as he has gotten to do everything that he's ever dreamed of, gotten to meet the people he's always dreamed of. It has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
He loves 2K and he's been talking about it for quite some time now.
It was really the best experience he could have ever wished for.
I got the stadium shaking. I got the stadium shaking.